without an orderly withdrawal agreement. And that is the end of this news bulletin.
You are with us on the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. It's time now for the day's commentary titled India Achieves Several Firsts with the Launch of EMISAT, scripted by senior science commentator Biman Basu and read by Lucy.
The copybook launch of Indian Space Research Organisation ISRO EMISAT satellite on Monday was a landmark achievement of the Indian Space Agency in many ways. The mission marked several firsts to the credit of the Indian Space Agency as it maneuvered satellites in various orbits and also set up orbital experiments including on maritime satellite applications. The satellite intended for electromagnetic spectrum measurement was launched by PSLV C-45 from the Satish Dhawan Space Centre in Sriharikota, India's premier spaceport. Besides the 436 kg EMISAT, 28 smaller satellites from 4 international customers were also put into designated orbits at lower altitudes. Finally, after releasing all the satellites, the fourth stage of the rocket was not discarded but brought down to a still lower altitude to function as an orbiting science platform. This success has once again demonstrated the high reliability of PSLV rocket, which has become the workhorse of ISRO. One of the 47 launches till date, the rocket has encountered only 2 failures so far. Its maiden development flight ended unsuccessful way back in 1993. In September 2017, the PSLV performed perfectly and the flight went off without any hitch. But the IRNSS-1H satellite could not be released into orbit after the PSLV C-39's heat shield failed to open on reaching the orbit. The PSLV has also been used to launch Chandrayaan-1, India's first mission to moon. However, this was the first time that ISRO used a new variant of rocket PSLV QL equipped with 4 strap-on motors in the first stage. Other versions used till date used either none or 2 or 6 strap-on motors. Also, for the first time, ISRO has successfully performed space maneuvers in 3 different orbits at different altitudes in a single launch. After launch, the main payload, EMISAT, was released into a designated orbit at an altitude of 749 kilometers. Thereafter, the fourth stage of the rocket carrying the 28 smaller satellites was reignited and brought down to an altitude of 504 kilometers, where all the other smaller satellites were released sequentially. All the 28 satellites, which included 24 from the USA, 2 from Lithuania and 1 each from Spain and Switzerland, were launched under commercial arrangements. Even after the 29 satellites were placed in their designated orbits, the fourth stage was not discarded, but again restarted and brought down to a lower orbit at a height of 485 kilometers, where it will remain to serve as an orbital platform for carrying out spaceborne science experiments for the first time in ISRO's history. This was also the first time that ISRO successfully reignited the fourth stage of the rocket thrice in a single mission, lasting almost 3 hours from liftoff. It was also the longest mission successfully completed by a PSLV. In another first, the fourth stage of the rocket has been equipped with solar panels to provide power for 3 payloads of spaceborne experiments. They include an automatic identification system for ISRO for maritime satellite application capturing messages transmitted from ships, a system to assist amateur radio operators in tracking and monitoring position data, and the ARIES experiment from Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology for the structural and composition studies of the ionosphere. According to ISRO, this is the first time it has been envisaged to provide a microgravity environment for research organizations and academic institutes to perform experiments. Yesterday's success has proved once again the capability of our space scientists in not only launching satellites but also in executing complex space maneuvers like putting payloads in 3 different orbits in a single launch, which will be of great help in meeting the customer requirements for satellite launches in future. This success also sets the stage for Chandrayaan-2, India's second mission to moon, which is expected to take off in a few weeks.
You just heard the day's commentary titled